Greetings, fellow legends. Tonight I have for you the Demon Hunter. I've been eager to get the rest of these videos out. There's a patch that's coming through, the final patch I'm told, and it's going to be overriding and erasing all of the characters that I have and all the work I've done. So I'm trying to get everybody recorded tonight. I'm going to play through to the Skeleton King rather than the entire video. And my main objective here is going to be to show you as much as I can about skills and abilities and crap like that. So everybody's going to be at level 11. They're going to have, you know, a decent amount of gear already set up on them. I've made all this stuff for them at the, actually except for that one, at the person here, the blacksmith. Forged weapons. Let me grab some of the extra stuff. I want to just improve his armor real quick because I believe it's going to be very helpful. Here we go. Oh, well, really? That's fine. And then just turn that into that and put this stuff away. So, as for the skills that the Demon Hunter has, one of my favorite skills, my primary skill that I use a lot, is called Evasive Fire. It builds up 4 hatred per shot, but it uses 4 discipline if you backflip. And what they mean is it deals, you know, 115%. If an enemy is within close range, which actually close range can be judged. You see how right about here, if an enemy is within that distance of the animation, then your character will do a backflip. And I'm definitely going to show you guys that, so don't worry about it right now. One of the things I love about this is the awesome ass noise that it makes, because it sounds like a gun's being fired. I also have Elemental Arrow. For some reason, Elemental Arrow, rather than go off of like your weapons damage or be overridden by whatever, you know, special type of damage your weapon does, it just does fire. And there's nothing wrong with that. I would have liked to see a poison arrow, lightning arrow, all that jazz. But anyways, the neat thing about this is that it just passes through every single target. Rapid fire is my all-time favorite skill for this character. Watch this. Now, rapid fire does very little damage per shot, but it has a fuck ton of shots. And it fires at 6 times your normal attack speed. So if you have attack speed bonus from a shrine, from weapons, whatever, it goes really fast. And I have had, I had at one point 30% increase, and it looked like nearly double that rate. And it was just absolutely incredible how much damage I could put out with rapid fire. So a couple other ones. Hungering Arrow. Doesn't really look like much. It goes off, doesn't do an awful lot of damage, but it hits a target and has a 35% chance to pierce through. What it doesn't mention is that when it hits the target, if it pierces through, it doesn't mean it'll just keep going. It'll actually home to the nearest target. It generates 3 hatred, and it doesn't do an awful lot of damage. I like Evasive Fire much better. Bola Shot. Bola Shot is really cool. You fire this off, it hits someone, and then you can see the little bola sort of wrapping around, and when they get close enough, it explodes. It generates some hatred. It also does some damage. I don't think it's quite 7 yards. I think it might be a little less, but it does some radius damage as well. The downside to Bola Shot is that if I fire it off, and then I fire it off again, and I hit the same target, it actually resets it. It doesn't stack up like a trillion bolas that will go off. It just sort of resets it. And when you're firing into a mob, it can be really rather difficult. Entangling Shot, unfortunately, there's not too much I can show you with this one. It has a kind of neat projectile. I'll have to take it... Well, actually, you know what? Let me just switch this around. Bolas, and then grenades, and I will port over to Cathedral Garden. Why not? Oh, not here. Cemetery? Yeah, Cemetery. I'll just pop out through here. There'll be a couple bad guys around. Here's a Bolas, or actually, oops, here's Grenade. It's a little bit like Charged Shot, and then it explodes. It sort of goes out. It seems to be a little more controllable because it seems to consistently land in the same spot, as you can see. There's Fire Arrow. Let's switch that. That doesn't matter. Right, bullet shot. One of the reasons I don't primarily use it is because it only does 100% of weapon damage, and evasive fire does 115%. So, actually, rather than walk, I will just recall. So there's some of the starts. Oh yeah, I set my game to be public. I thought it would be neat to see some other guy tooling around here.
I have
never
the
set my
skill.
passives. That or... Oh wow, both of these kind of suck. Anyways, here's a few other little looks at the passive. I'm going to scroll over them kind of quickly, but you can pause. Hopefully I'll give you enough time to do that. As you can see, there'll be a couple new ones every few levels. And, you know, at level 20 is the next time you're going to get another one. You're going to have all of these unlocked to choose from by the time you get to level 20. I mean, even including that one, of course. So there's not really going to... It's going to be kind of hard on people to sort of choose their passive, and it's going to be very specific from person to person. Bullet shot I'm going to put away. I'm going to put in entangling. Ah, this one I can show you easily. Chakra. Now, I also don't really like this one because it tends to sort of screw around when targeting opponents. It's not as direct as I'd care for. Impale is pretty cool. I'm not quite sure what it is, a dagger or something. But, it does a lot of damage. It does a whole lot of damage. And it doesn't cost a ton of hatred. But it can be rather draining if you're firing it. It also doesn't pass through people, which is fair, considering how much it does. Here's caltrops. I don't really care for caltrops that much. Sort of put these badass things around, and monsters are slowed and dealt some damage over time in the area. It uses discipline rather than hatred. So discipline so far in the early levels is kind of unused, so it's somewhat advantageous to have this around. But ultimately, you shouldn't really be screwing around that much, in my humble opinion. Vault is an emergency escape mechanism.
I am too low on discipline.
It uses up a lot of discipline pretty quickly, and you don't have that much, especially compared to hatred. Frankly, I'm kind of wondering why they continue to use this dual system, but whatever, it's not my problem. Let me just set this to evasive fire, fire arrow, and I will go with this.
Joined my party, but my foes gained strength.
Anyways, now that I've unlocked all that stuff, I think what I want to do is head on over to Cathedral Garden. Now we've got 4 people in the game. This is pretty cool. So we'll just head on through here. That's interesting. I don't have my, my dude. What's his face? The Templar. Wow, someone has been busy. Anyways, oh, crud, you know what? I'm sorry. I really should show you guys the entangling shot. I'll take out fire arrow for it. It's not a big deal. But I should make sure to show it, because it's the only one I haven't really. Elemental arrow, entangling shot. So glad that I didn't forget. Have people tell me that in the comments. That would have been embarrassing. So anyways. The arrow is kind of nice. Oh wow, they actually just went so far as to actually go straight down without me. Fine. As you can see, he's snared. I think I actually need to have like 2 enemies kind of together in order to really show off what an entangling shot does. I'd seen it used before, you may not have, which is obviously why I'm showing it. But I think in what I had seen is how it works. Oh. Here, I can also show you the backflip. See? Isn't that kind of cool? And it only uses 4 discipline to do that rather than 10, like tumble. So, since this is a dual-purpose skill, I think Vault is kind of not so useful. Got a pretty good attack speed. Wow, he just left everything. All he wants to do is Is there anyone down here? Damn, it looks like he even went down here and killed stuff. Well, I'm definitely not doing a public game next time, because if I can't show you guys cool things like how entangling shot works, this kind of defeats the purpose. And it looks like everybody rushed on without me, so screw them. Although, since I can kind of see what he already investigated, I might be able to go, like, over here. I don't think he investigated as much. Still find enemies. No, it's all barren. No, this is terrible. Restore the shrine. Oh, followers not available in co-op. Followers are always available when you play solo. Huh, that's neat. Thank you, Mr. Tutorial. This is all... Ooh, a scroll of companion. Snared. Dead. Ooh, look, I have a little centipede companion. So cute. Okay, he didn't explore up this... Ah, crud, that's the way out. Okay, if I go over... What is that? Oh, waypoint, okay. If I go over this way, since he clearly didn't explore in this direction... Multiplayer... Rewarded individual monsters' corpses. Oh, right. That's a good point. Your loot only shows up for you. Other players can't even see it. There's no debate about who it belongs to. It's yours. I am, however, going to use this waypoint, and I'm going to go... Old Ruins is fine. I'm going to go somewhere else because these guys have just rushed ahead and decided they're going to destroy everything, and it's defeating the purpose. The Skeleton King, unfortunately, is probably already dead by now. So this is going to be a much shorter video than usual. I won't make that mistake twice, though. Sorry. Let's see. Surely. Yeah, there's enough enemies I can do it this time. Unless, of course, they all die automatically when I entangle them. That's so silly. Anyways, the range of this guy is actually really quite impressive. It's pretty much the entire screen. And I find that extremely advantageous. So obnoxious. Ooh. Oh. Anyways, what I'm trying to show you, part of the reason I'm running around like this, is supposedly this ensnaring shot, you hit it with one person, and then it slows them, and you can actually shoot at another person, and if it doesn't kill them, then it will go ahead and... Huh, what's going on back there? Anyways, it will go ahead and create this little chain between them. I don't know what the purpose of the chain is, but I know that it can happen. So, la 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 la. Well.
So this is where the stuff are.
Yes, lovely.
Must be near.
And they're all dead. Yes. I deal too much damage. I should have gotten. I could just find a shitty crossbow that I could just pick up that does like 3 damage. I could probably show this.
Not enough hatred.
Incidentally, the backflip thing, one of the things that it won't do, actually, in case you're wondering, is if you're surrounded by a mob, and I do mean like completely surrounded, and you use the evasive shot, you won't go through monsters. That is something that tumult, something like that, whatever the other skill is, the one that uses 10 discipline I showed you. That skill's purpose, essentially, is to get you out of being surrounded, because you can pass through monsters. You can't pass through walls, even if there is something on the other side. Like, I couldn't pass through this wall, for example. But I can most assuredly get around a mob like this, right here.
I need more hatred to do that.
I also love how it makes that little flash when it hits things. It has a cool sound, it has a cool impact. But, yeah. Looks like I'm not going to find any of the stuff I need. No real sense in dragging this on. Sorry if you're a Demon Hunter fan. Incidentally, I find them kind of, I don't want to say unnecessarily complicated, but awkward. I know they were really trying to do something cool, but I don't know that it necessarily came across like they wanted it to. He's slowed. Now he's more slowed. Oh, what do you know? It doesn't actually create the chain anymore. It must have been an older effect. Okay. Well, anyways, just close those guys off. All right, I'm done with the Demon Hunter. Next up is going to be the Monk. Enjoy.